Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the Academy Answers podcast, where we answer the question from our email list, from our blog, from our social media, LewinMotivatorCar.com, Lewin Motivator Car, and Instagram, Lewin Motivator Car, and Facebook, Success Academy, Academy of Success, Happiness, Full Potential on Facebook. You can join our group there. We do powerful stuff, and we've been doing this blog for about 4 years now, and we've helped so many people. We've done ebooks, we've done trainings, we've done all that stuff to help people, to uplift people. We share content every single day to get people in peak form, in the right state of mind, to get people to understand and accept their potential. It's raining outside here in New York, and kind of a bleaky day. I never expected this day, but you know, the rain will come, things will happen. You don't have any control over that. You know, there is this saying that goes that the environment doesn't affect you. Everything is about your perception. Because if you're not to go to work and you don't have work, or you want to chill out and stay inside and watch Netflix or watch TV or whatever you want to do, and the rain is falling, you'll be fine. But if you are to go to work and it's traffic, then you feel miserable. It's the same rain, and outside is still wet. So it's all about your mind and your perspective and how it fits into the scheme of things. They call it context when I was going to school. I think it's still called context. Everything is context. It depends on the context you put it in. I like to call it perspective. But tell you what, so this question is, Lewin, I want to get going. I have my business idea, but I worry too much. How can I stop worrying? And it's a good question. But the only thing is that everybody worries. That's the first thing. People often try to think or to say that, you know, we're fearless, we don't have any fear, we just do it. Everybody worries. You know, it's natural. It's our, what they call our monkey brain. It's our instincts, our innate instincts to worry, to think about what if, to doubt, to wonder, to second guess, to be scared. That's our nature, because our brain wants to protect us, and we want to protect ourselves, the comfort zone, the safety, what we know to be okay. Maybe not all right, but what we know to be okay. So if it's okay, we want to protect that. We know that when we change, we're doing something that is likely to disrupt that one way or the other. It's either somebody's going to be upset with you, either you're going to lose your financial status, either you're going to have to give up stuff. Whatever it is, we are worried about it. And one important quote that I'll share with you, though, they say that there's only one difference between the brave guy and the guy who is a coward, and is that both are scared, but what the brave one does next is what defines us. So one guy is scared and he stops, or he goes back, and the other guy is scared but he gets into action. So, and that's the sort of context I want to give you today about being scared. Don't allow fear to paralyze you. So feel the fear and do it anyway. You may hear that a lot, and you might see it around on quotes, but it's true. Feel the fear, but act. So no matter how you feel, just get going on its start. Once you move towards your fear, as Eleanor Roosevelt says, as you move towards your fear, it melts away. It becomes easier. Just like riding a bike. When you first get onto it, just like driving a car, anything you start to do for the first time, then there's an edge. You're fearful. And that's an innate character. You won't be able to change that one go. But as you start to do it, you start to get into it, and you start to feed your mental space and your thought processes to become better, to shore it up, to add the securities to it, so that you can cushion yourself and you can reduce your possibilities and chances of failing. Because that's what most people are afraid of, failure. But it's those failures that make us. What we want to do, we want to have a bias towards acting. And if you have a bias towards acting, then you will always come up against your fear and you'll win out, because you'll have the actions in place. And you know, we might be fearful that we won't get the customers. We might be fearful that the business won't work right. We might be fearful that we might not get the traction. We might be fearful that we might not be able to make it happen. and we might be fearful that it won't go and we won't reach these goals, and whatever we set out to accomplish might not happen. But I'll tell you one thing. People can criticize you. People can not give you the business. People can, the economy can change. Taxes might go up. All sort of things might happen. But one thing that you can bank on, one thing that no one can take away from you, that is really instrumental and can shift everything for you. You are in control of that thing and you have it. So there's no excuse for you not to do it, and there's no excuse to allow fear to paralyze you. And that one thing is you can wake up every single day and make a concerted, focused, deliberate, and monoeconomical, I don't know if I said that right, and a gigantic effort at it. You can use your own work ethic and your own belief systems and attitude, the attitude of learning and acting, and come from an intelligent and enlightened perspective. You can use that attitude every single day and push towards the dreams and the goals you have. If you can do that, you can worry and you can worry. But in the background, that worrying stays when you get into action. You can act. And when you act, things get set into motion. You get evidence of what can be. You get confirmation. You get results, positive results. And that takes off the edge of the fear. That gets fear pushed back. And confidence starts to set in. So that's what you do. You don't allow it to paralyze you. You do just a little bit. You get momentum and you decide that everything else might be out of your control, but your work ethic and your effort and your determination is yours, and you can stand on those and get to where you want to get to. So I think it was George Bernard Shaw who said that worry is like, imagine having 4 blocks of fog. 4 blocks of fog. You could not get a half a cup of water, maybe not even a teaspoon of water from that fog. Even though it's moisture, you couldn't get it. It's empty. That's what fear is like. It's empty because 60% of what we worry about, or 70%, never actually happen. 20% is about past situations that you can do nothing about, and about 3 or 4% are real worries. The rest of the percentages, I don't know the maths right now, is pretty much minor things that you can get into action and change. So of all your fears, about 10% of so of them are real. So get going on what you have to get going on. Remember the fog of war. You can Google it. Just type in the fog of war and read that for yourself. Thank you. Have a good one. Reach out to me, LouisMotivatorCar.com, LouisMotivatorCar on Instagram. Thank you.